Back in this bitch. Back in this bitch. Yo, so I wanted to jump on and we want to do a little discussion, right? I want to actually talk about some cool shit that I found. And I'm like, yo, I gotta go ahead and let the people know what the fuck is really going on. So, um, let me give you the little backstory before I end up doing this shit though. Basically, it was like this. I ended up going to well, I was end up getting basically a Discord hit up, right? And it's kind of funny when it's not what you know, but who you know. So I'm like, cool. I get hit up on this DM, and they're like, yeah, we got this particular bot, and I'm like, ah, man, another bot. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about now? And shit, I'm gonna tell you something. I am hard to impress. And when I found out what this fucking shit did, I was like, ooh, I definitely gotta share this shit because, and not only share this shit, like dive in this shit with y'all myself. So let's start off here. First of all, um, in order for you to, let's talk about the trading world, right? In order for you to have leverage within trading, well, you got to do one thing. You got to be able to follow volume. You got to be able to filter out very fast and efficiently to get into sniping positions, so you're not exit liquidity. As simple as that. As long as you can remember those guidelines, then at the end of the day, you will be just fine making money. Now, most people, specifically most traders, they deal with emotional trading. They'll see a chart, they'll ape into it, and they'll basically pray and hope that shit goes well. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, what I want to do today, though, right, is I want to be able to show you guys how you could take advantage of the charts rather than having it take advantage of you, right? Now, there's multiple ways in doing this, but what I'm going to do is I want to have like kind of like a two-part episode here, right? A two-part stream. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to go over some things that'll help you make some good decisions, but also beyond making good decisions, you have to have also a second tier bot that pretty much is working behind the scenes with another bot to basically print money. So I know I'm talking in jingles right now, but to be honest with you, I promise you after this, you'll get it. You'll get it. So, without any further ado, let's jump right into the computer, shall we? Y'all ready for this shit? I said, are y'all fucking ready for this shit? Hope so. I fucking hope so. All right, so this right here is the Reaper bot. All right, the Reaper bot is basically a next level situation. I'll just kind of give you like the pretty much bells and whistles of this shit here. It is available on Telegram, but it does copy trading. It does smart copying. We'll go into those things as well. But what I'm really interested though, right, is about the scraper. Now, I'm not like, maybe it's just because it's 2025. Maybe I'm not informed or something, but I don't know when's the last time I was able to use a Telegram bot that scraped Discord calls. Let me repeat that. I don't remember the time I was able to use a Telegram bot to literally give me Discord calls. And why this is powerful is because if you incorporate yourself with the right groups or the right circles or right networks or the right algorithms or algos, right? And I'm gonna go in that in a second too. But if you incorporate yourself with that shit, then this can be a very powerful tool on for what it does. So before I jump into the Reaper bot though, I do want to say I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm simply a guy here on Twitch, also on YouTube, showing you guys a thing or two on how to make a couple dollars. Okay? So, without any further ado, let's jump into the actual alpha. And when I talk about the actual alpha, we're literally talking about a Discord server called Alp Hub. Okay? So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna bring up Alp Hub, right? So that way you guys can see like almost behind the scenes of what's going on in this server and why it's gonna be important for you to basically get onto this as soon as possible so you can make some bread. All right, so let me pull this over real quick so you guys can see it real quick. Right about here. All right, so this is the Alp Hub IO server. You can get access to it. Just join my Discord. I'll get you in, and you can, like, maybe have a trial or two. But now, why this is important? Because it essentially is a algo cooking machine. Now, let me go into how and why this thing is an algo cooking machine, and also then I'll go into why the bot such as Reaper is going to basically connect almost as like a Siamese twins, right? So that way you guys can print while you're sleeping. Hello. So, why this is amazing is this. It allows me to essentially create algo calls. So if I go to edit filters here, for example, I can set up my market caps to be a specific amount of, whether I want projects only that come from $25,000 all the way up to $176,000. These are the market caps I'm looking to get into, basically, right? So if I wanted to change this, right, I can simply click on market and price. And then from that point on, right, I can literally go into the market cap. And lo and behold, I have right here all my settings. I can even do custom ranges. So for example, if I wanted to find some really good plays, let's say between $15,000, right? And let's say maximum, let's say 45,000, right? Like we're really trying to come in and 100x this bitch, right? Submit. So, boom. It goes ahead and filters that algo for me. I can even confirm that by looking up here. It says market cap. It says 15,000 all the way up to 45,000. Now I can actually also choose what projects are coming to me that are bundled. Right now I have anything from 0 to 23% bundled. But if I really wanted to be very meticulous about, what I'm choosing, I would simply go back into my filter settings here and then go into bundles and bonding. From there, I'll go into the bundle percentage, and then I would simply set the custom range to maybe 0 to, let's say, I don't know, 5%. That's safe, right? Boom. And voila. Now, depending on what you filter will basically aggregate you the calls that you need to be able to see. I have this particular one, and by the way, if you are a member in Alp Hub, you do get 2 algo filters that come along with, I believe, your membership. I am 2 that is currently always cooking. Again, if I go to and by the way, beyond that, you can have not to mention this, recaps. It'll give you the recap of your daily calls that are coming out, like what the X's were. It gives you a full-on recap of that. You can even have ping on, so that way wherever you are, it'll mention your name, so that way you are always getting these calls right to you if you wanted to manually, just jump in and see what's going on, whatever, right? But anyways, I have the holders set from 100 to 99 thousand holders, whatever. The token age I want from 0 to 5 hours. Dev sold. I require the dev to be sold, so I'm looking for essentially CTO plays here. I need the social link to be at least one, and I need now. This is where it gets tricky. So the buy and sell. So this is where you can essentially um, find really particular projects that might have high demand from early market caps if you're getting like tons of buy and sells within the first whatever minutes or so. Um, this is something that definitely can be adjusted. So the way I would do this is you want to set up the I believe it's advanced settings, and from that point on you can go into the buy and sells here, which is I currently have set up for 1 minute, which is crazy if you think about it. Right now it's set up for like I need 400 buys and 500 sells in 1 minute, and this filter is completely crazy because that is literally like almost like Donald Trump himself, right? Just like dropped a CA address, and then this is type of like early entry you're getting here. So I had like a really rarity, filter set up. But for this demonstration purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that just so you guys can see all that. And also we'll go back to advanced. Currently I see the buy sells for the hour set up as well for high. So I'll check that out. So let's go to buy/sells for the 1 hour. And I'll clear that one as well. All right. So that one's cleared. Takes like, just a couple seconds, and then it'll say filters cleared and saved. Bada bing, bada boom. And now what we'll do is we'll be able to see, okay, now we wanted to have at least one social link, and we needed to have 3 mentions, right? This is the type of criteria that we're essentially looking for. Now, what I would do is I would still filter the advanced a little bit just so you can get calls that are, a little bit more pressure volume at least to it. So in the last 5 minutes, you're wanting to be a minimum amount of buy and sells. So I would say a minimum of 50 would be advantageous. This would like basically curate that this particular algo was going to give you a high volume project. Not only that, have you like pretty much streamlined the entirety of the filters, which is essentially searching the entire server at basic light speed to essentially aggregate this particular CA address into your actual, fucking group. So with that being said, when you set all your filters up, like I just have done, you can set up you can have recap on, ping on, and they just come in, and I'll give you an example on how they come in, like, right? So we'll go to my other filtered algo, and this one's set up a little different. I set this one up to be like more so like aggressive. And currently it's pulling in data from Bonk and also from Moon. Now, as you may or may not know, I do a lot of like bundling. So just a little like heads up. One of the good ways to catch good plays to copy is specifically finding gems that particular snipers are trying to buy into in the first place. Reverse psychology 101. So if you're into the deploying shit and cloning it, it might be your best bet to clone a project that is essentially already on its way to the moon. And you know what to do with that information as you want. With that being said, the data gets pulled into this like aggregated like filter that's only accessible by yourself, right? And basically the filter criteria that you've given it, it has definitely met all those criteria pieces and spit it out to you. Now the key factor here is actually using it, using that data to essentially buy into, and especially buy into it where perhaps maybe there's a bunch of sales that happen. However, the volume's so thick that it doesn't matter. The sales is just a way of good early entry, right? So that's where the other one comes into, which is the Reaper bot comes into, right? The Reaper bot will essentially go into Discord. So if I come here and I click on Discord, for example, pardon me. All right, so if I put on Discord and I can click on add a Discord account. And then from here, I can literally click on enter my token, which that is something that you can easily find on any YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, type in how to find your Discord token. But with that being said, you place that information there, and then from that point on, it'll give you all the particular groups and servers that your actual account is, in. And so then you would just go to the Alp Hub, and then you would search for your particular aggregated filter that you've already set forth. So therefore, now you have a sniper bot that's attached to these calls that are going to be able to get you into these plays. Now, one of the things that I love about this particular Reaper bot, though, is there's more and more things that are happening behind the scenes than I can even count for. And I wanted to get this video out real quick because when I see a gem, I know it, and I just go for it. And this project right here is one of those type of gems. Just because of the leverage that you have, that a lot of times, just to be completely frank and honest with you, most of these guys that were creating bots in early 2024, early 2025, were basically deploying on Magic Eden as NFTs, and they're encompassing like this community essentially by needing to have this essential non-fungible token that is, it's like your key. Now, that was all great and dandy when things in volume and people were buying shit left and right, but now it's like the trenches. And so it's best for you to jump onto something like a Reaper bot, which is like on Telegram, because you don't have to go buy the NFT off of Magic Eden. And then next thing you know it, you got to invest into a virtual private server. Then next thing you know it, you got to get into some other shit like, it's just a lot of things that come with having a bot beyond just like plug and play. So, however, the Telegram world is set up for that plug and play right off the bat. So you can create all type of custom things that they have here. And I just was seeing this. I'm going to experiment later. But I was seeing recently that I believe they have a feature. And I'm not sure if it's implemented yet. So I don't want to, go too heavy into this. But it does essentially a buy into a dip. So it essentially scans that particular CA that your algo has already, connected and given it. And then boom, it literally finds a particular dip for it to have an entry point without you having to do all the manpower, of just looking at it. And I'm of course, there's filters that I'll go into this furthermore that allows you to do, stop loss and things of that nature. I just wanted to further give you like the surface of everything, because this shit right here, ladies and gentlemen, is fucking deep, literally. It's just like real shit. But yeah, with that being said, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm simply a guy on YouTube that just wanted to show you, and Twitch, by the way, that just wanted to show you some cool shit, and hopefully you guys end up liking it even more. I'm going to drop my Twitch link below, so that way you can catch the show live if you want to. We're doing this shit like on a whole nother fucking ball game, guys. All right. So I'll talk to you soon. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day, and thank you so much for joining me. Peace.
Welcome to the bounce. Oh, you ready for the bounce? You got the shoes on? Alright, bet. Hold on tight, nigga. Racing to your heart like it's NASCAR. She ain't got no money but a passport. Stop playing games, this ain't Fortnite. I'm liking how you dress, you put it on right. She put it on, she remind me of an ocean. And we fuck, we cause all kind of promotion. She smooth like some lotion, she working on emotion. Body at the gym, but she working on her moment. Baby pose, just hold it. I call the bros, all my brothers. Ain't no bitch beef, I'm vegan. Now come and get this singing. Niggas in the black Cadillac following. Tinted windows, tinted rims on the knee. About to spin, put the lid on the chin. Fully loaded and I really wanna clear it. Alright, shit, I'm about to crash out. When I'm with my bitch, she got her ass out. We'll make a nigga pass out. Yeah, I'm feeling like a mascot. These niggas better back down.
Every morning there's a hero waiting from the corner of my girlfriend's football's bed. I know it's not mine, but I see if I can use it for the weekend or a one-night stand. Couldn't understand.
I don't understand women. How you gonna be in the garden of need and say you really want more? Yeah, I heard it before. They be talking all that shit, take that dick in their throat. So don't joke, just take it easy, baby, take it easy. She said she need me, she really fucking need me. I'm not cool in the G. She said she fucking with me. She ain't going to work, I guess she fucking for free. If I have another son, I'ma tell a nigga. Stick to the code, get your fucking paper. Bitch, want a mile, got an acre. I am an alpha, and omega. Let's keep it a buck. Do you wanna fuck too? Up in the morning, like in the morning, turn me on, baby. I'm from the Bay, morning time of J. Niggas acting geek, niggas in the rave. Bitch, you in the rave. Don't you know you safe?
Every morning there's a hero waiting from the corner of my girlfriend's football's bed. I know it's not mine, but I see if I can use it for the weekend or a one-night stand. Couldn't understand.
Yeah, I mean, though.